see.
Yes.
Without a doubt. How well they do on this one. But a lot of people were wondering, okay, when is this one coming out? Because there's been so much talk about it. It is coming out for 2018. And another game that's been a question left and right that was dropped at E3, I think last year or even the year before as well, that people were like, when's this coming out? This looks amazing. And then they dropped it and you haven't heard anything like that. Is the game Days Gone.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes. Days Gone, I forgot the actor's name. He was part of the whole Star Wars spin-offs games. They played Star Killer, I think his name was. Or something like that.
Star Killer, yeah.
Stars him. It's basically, it's a zombie movie. But it involves a lot of other things as well. But it also it's in case you haven't seen it, it's the part where he's playing through. It's like basically like this horde of fast running zombies, like
World War Z.
Like World War Z.
Yes,
yeah.
And it's just you and a machine gun, and you run like hell. Oh, and there happens to be a zombie grizzly bear. A zombie
grizzly bear is just everything.
In barbed wire, no less.
And a zombie grizzly bear wrapped in barbed wire. Oh boy,
Oh, wow.
They're showing Danzig Mother, so that we have lost the mama nerd herder for the time being. No, but Days Gone looks amazing. Story looks really good. I don't know if I'm gonna have the zombie hordes.
Yeah.
No, like that.
Oh, those
really?
are insane when it does come. That is quite.
I mean, it's like there's. If you ever seen like footage of when a dam breaks and things are just spilling over, that's what these zombies look like coming at you. It's just that dam breaking and water spilling out continuously, and it doesn't stop. It's just insane.
I wouldn't be able to handle that pressure. I might be, if I ever played that game, I would probably have a fucking anxiety attack.
Exactly, but it's cool because the gameplay they show where he's going to rescue his friend, like there is some strategy to it. How you go about doing it? How do you avoid the zombie hordes? How do you use the zombie hordes to your advantage?
No.
There was a lot of things like that.
I would have a fucking anxiety attack and then die and then just. I'm not playing this game anymore. Fuck this shit. I would not.
Really quick thing though, because I had mentioned World War Z, and everybody was talking about, well, what's going on with the movie sequel? What's going on with the movie sequel? You're kind of getting one. There's actually a World War Z video game coming out. It's been advertised over the last 2 weeks and everything like that. So for those of you wondering what the hell's going on with your World War Z, there it is right there. I have a funny feeling that's your sequel. Check out the trailers and everything like that for World War Z, the video game on YouTube. The zombie horse thing looks very similar to Days Gone, though, unfortunately.
It does, yeah.
It's because it's the same thing. I mean, granted, Days Gone got it from them, but Days Gone was being made first, and now they all of a sudden, via the PlayStation France conference where they debuted World War Z, it's like, wow, didn't we just see this in Days Gone?
That's the one big difference between zombie games and zombie movies, is that I would prefer a zombie game over a zombie movie any day, simply because with the zombie games, it really is about story. You really got to make it different from everything else, and it's never about how it happens. It's about surviving. And
We're already in the mix.
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas, when it comes to zombie movies, it always starts out the same. And, for the most part, what the characters are and what... it's like... It's kind of like how I was able to jump into watching The Walking Dead without knowing anything else, because you really don't need to know anything else.
You know what sucks that wasn't on this 2018 list that everybody's been clamoring to see when the fuck is coming out is the sequel to, what's the game I love so much on PlayStation that even you were like...
Last of Us?
Last of Us, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Last of Us.
Last of Us is not even on this list, though.
Of course not.
And there was what the fuck's going on with Last of Us? And plus with the zombie film genre, everything is remakes. Like right now, they're doing, what's the other, Day of the Dead is the one that they're doing the remake of.
Third time they're remaking that movie.
Yeah, third time. Just more gore. All they did was made it gorier. They made it gorier. That's all it is. But anyway, pressing forward. In another highly anticipated game, this is definitely one that I've been waiting for and everything like that looks extremely interesting, story-wise and everything. Your decisions definitely make a difference in the story that you have unfold all around, which I love stuff like that because it gives it extended replayability. You can go back and replay it multiple times.
Yes.
And this is not one of those, like, 3 different type of decisions, you'll get 3 different type of endings. No, this is one of those games that has, like, literally, it's that branch tree of variables for the game and everything like that. And I'm talking about Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit will finally be dropping this year. I can't wait. Detroit is definitely, for the last, I think, 2 years, been on my highly anticipated list.
I hope that thing comes out when you have a 3-day weekend.
Oh, my God. Better be Christmas, baby. Better be Christmas.
There's no way it can just come out and then you just have 2 days of playing it. That's just not fair.
See, that's the problem. Like that's the thing. Like games like that for me, like those story games and everything. And I love that you're always so hopeful of me. Like if we get wrestling game, you're like, okay, that's cool. Hopefully, he has at least to the weekend. But when it comes to these story games, because I really love role playing games. I love games with deep stories that really engross you into the story and really. I love customization, but I love games that really engross you and pull you in. That's why I love the Mass Effect series so much, because it's an engrossing story and there's so much personalization to it. Really puts you in it. And I love stuff like that. And I always love that she's always been like, oh man, I hope he has a 3-day weekend. Or like even to this day, it's like, you can take Friday or Monday off.
Yeah, when Mass Effect Andromeda came out, I was like, why don't you just take off the day after so you can get the 3 days? Like,
so I can get my 2 late nights of gameplay.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I really don't get to play many video games during the week, if at all. We're just way too busy, too tired, and try to enjoy each other's time. Plus, I read now, so...
You know, you just like, he's throwing that in everybody's, I read now.
I smart and look at the words.
You listen to the words.
I both. Anyway, but yeah, looking forward to Detroit coming out this year. All right, for you anime fans, we are not leaving you short. DBZ Fighter will be hitting this year as well.
That game looks amazing.
It looks like the cartoon.
It does.
And it sounds like the cartoon. It's basically the cartoon.
Yeah. It looks like, you're playing a fucking cartoon. That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah, and Dragon Ball Z fighting games have always been frustrating, but you get it for the styling and the look, and this just looks gorgeous.
It does.
And smooth and amazing. And Dragon Ball Z games have always been kind of fun, but this one really, really, really makes you feel like you're playing the show.
Yeah.
Like, this is like the show. And everything like that. So look forward. DBZ, Dragon Ball Z Fighter, will be hitting this year. Alright. I'm not really a big first-person view player. I don't really... It just gets difficult because of hitting, and also it's like I like to see my character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this game does have me intrigued, and once in a while it will break the rules. The story looks really cool.
Yes.
And this is one of those games. Far Cry 5 is going to be hitting this year, and I'm looking forward to this one. And I'm not even, and this was a conversation she and I had, I'm not just looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to seeing how society in the real world is going to take this game.
This is the game that was met with a lot of controversy. In fact, supposedly a petition was started against this game. However, I do think that it was a ploy and a marketing scheme, because Far Cry usually deals with, cartel and drugs and whatever.
Jungle and all that stuff.
This Far Cry actually has to deal with almost like a religious cult down south in the U.S. in, a very small community.
The terrorist threat is within the country, and
Yes.
the terrorists are American.
Yes, and it's basically just, almost like a religious cult, just trying to take over this small community so that they can embark and try to take over the other communities, make them pure, make them clean again. Not in a racist way, but
Think the last American Horror Story.
yes. Yeah, and it's not in a racist way or anything of that nature. It's more of a, sin and blah, blah, blah type of way. So it was met with a lot of quote-unquote controversy. Again, a petition was started up against it, which, again, I feel was marketing, because you haven't heard about that petition since.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, this one takes place on American soil, and it is just absolutely
The characters look amazing,
amazeballs.
and it looks amazing. It's gonna be really cool. You got a dog. You got like a wolf or a dog too. It's like looks great. You got a crazy pilot.
Yep.
It just looks great.
The badass bartender chick.
The badass bartender chick and everything like that, like looking to take back their town.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. It looks really good, really into. But I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of backlash over this game. There's going to be a ton of backlash over this game.
Absolutely.
So get ready for this. Is probably going to be guaranteed. This is probably going to be the most controversial game of the year.
Yes, and I do believe that if you are interested in it, you pick it up within the first week, maybe even the first month, because I have a feeling this
is going to get yanked.
It's not going to. I don't think it's going to get yanked, but I think that they're going to probably make a limited amount, and the price is going to skyrocket.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of those grab your copy.
Yeah.
Even if you don't play it right away, grab your copy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on. Another highly anticipated game that looks beautiful that people were wondering about. I know Miss Foxy Fox is going to love this one. God of War. Hits the Viking God of War, though.
I'm half and half.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised because I know you love the God of War stuff.
I do. I love Kratos. I'm very half and half about it because it seems like they're just taking the Last of Us and melding it in with God of War. That's
Giving him the kid thing.
That's like seems to be the big thing in video games. Give the Lone Ranger a child.
Yeah.
Let's see how they interact. Let's soften him by making him a teacher. No.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got Margaret, by the way. Just want to make sure you're still with us because the next one is for you. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. It's the big battles as usual. It's the monsters and all that stuff as usual. It looks great. It's let's see how it goes. But I mean, I do kind of see what you're saying. He's got the son now, but he's like in the gameplay, whole game he's very, So I guess
the son is going to teach him a lesson about heart and love.
I know, right? Anyway, moving forward. Okay, Margaret, she is here. Confirmed for this year. Finally, we can 100% confirm for this year. Kingdom Hearts 3 will be hitting this year. Yeah, she just went. Yeah, she knew it was coming. Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year. To my understanding, I believe this is supposed to be the final chapter of the whole thing, right? This is supposed to wrap it up finally.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it because they had the Kingdom Hearts 2.0 and 2.5 and the same way Street Fighter stretches their shit out before they get to Street Fighter 3 and 4. I don't know, like because we had how many Street Fighter 2s before we had Street Fighter 3?
Oh my god!
And how many Street Fighter 3s we had to do Street Fighter 4? But yes, but Kingdom Hearts 3 will be dropping this year, and again, I believe closing out the whole Kingdom Hearts story finally.
Probably.
I believe that was like one of the things they said it was actually supposed to be doing. But yes, Margaret, you can be sure that was coming out. One for Spike as well. They haven't given a release date yet, but it has been confirmed. One that I was interested in. And this was one of those games again that they popped up at E3, and there was a couple of details, and you're like, that peanut. Come on! You're waiting for some fucking details. Confirmed for this year, 2018. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been confirmed for 2018.
About time.
Yeah, I know. Because that one they've kept in limbo for so long. I thought it was coming out at sometime in 2017.
Yes,
I believe you thought it was coming out sometime in 2017 as well at one point. And I think you even questioned, can you check GameStop to see if this thing is out yet? Because I think it is.
Yeah, because they posted all over Facebook. They had the teaser trailer. It seemed like it was coming out soon.
And it was just like,
it was
gone. Because again, I distinctly remember you saying, why don't you see if that's out yet? Can we get that for this weekend? It was one of those weekends we had nothing going on, and I distinctly recall you saying, Jake, don't they have that? Can you get that for this weekend so we can have something? And no, it just disappeared. All right. Well, also confirmed, brand new, non-movie based or anything like that, the PlayStation Spider-Man game will actually be hitting and everything like that. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be the same old, same old. The one thing that frustrates people with Spider-Man games is chasing while web slinging.
Oh my god, yeah.
That is the worst. That is going to be the one mechanic that has never been able to gotten right. And from the looks of this game, the story looks great. They went with a whole, and I got to commend them because I was watching some stuff on it. They went with a whole new villain. Well, not really a new villain, but a villain that's never been given spotlight or anything like that. And everything like that. It's this Yakuza guy and everything like that. Like one of his Spider-Man's lesser known villains being pushed as the main villain.
Yeah.
So it's good. Like they got an original story. They're using using a villain that's never been used. They're actually trying. They wanted to give a genuinely new Spider-Man experience, and I think they've accomplished that. Again, the only thing is that web slinging chase shit. It frustrates everybody anytime you play a Spider-Man game.
It's something that needs to be in the game, but in the same right, if it's something that needs to be done and it's increasingly difficult, just make the mechanics of it a wee bit easier.
Exactly. All right, another game that was people were like, what the fuck? When is this coming out? And I know it's another one that's on Spike's list as well and actually has me intrigued as well. And this is not really my genre and my type of thing, but this one has me intrigued. State of Decay 2 will be hitting this year. Because that was also a big question as well.
You just want to build a fort.
State of Decay, the first one, had interesting elements, but it did get boring at times and like that. It seems like State of Decay 2 has learned from that and taken those interests and kind of just boosted it up a little more, giving you a little bit more action. The graphics look amazing, giving you a little bit of a deeper story and a little more personalization. Oh my god, Kasumi, you look absolutely adorable.
Isn't she?
You're cool because you didn't knock my monster